Yo, I bought this house in Charlotte for $6,000. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. You can't get no house in Charlotte, North Carolina for $6,000. Well, this house came with what we call a dirty title, meaning that some people wanted to sell and there was a large portion held by an entity that did not want to sell. Okay, so nobody could agree. So we bought out the interest most of people. Okay, and so we had ownership. Let's say we owned about 70% and they owned 30%, right? Well, we had this property and it was just sitting in limbo. And the property had a guy in it. And we approached the guy, let him know, hey, we bought 70% of this property. Like, we just wanted to introduce ourselves and wanted to see, who you were, if you were paying rent, etc. Now, this person was not necessarily related to any of the owners, but he was a close friend. And in his mind, he was under the impression that as long as he paid the property taxes, he would be the owner of the property. Well, in North Carolina, when you pay somebody's property tax, you just did them a favor. That does not make you the owner of the property. So when this guy discovered that, he just exited in the middle of the night and said, hey guys, I'm going. He went to another state to live, all right? Charlotte's not the cheapest city, to live. So he ended up going to another state. Now the house is vacant. So we got in the house. Houses was, I would say, a nice middle-class neighborhood. It was in a corner lot, brick house. Before I discovered the title was so dirty, I was gonna buy the house, fix it up, and move in it myself. All right, so pretty nice neighborhood, right? Pretty decent, good neighborhood. So got in the house. The house was just outdated. It wasn't bad. Hardwood floors, had a lot of potential, right? Had a lot of potential. Now, in the meantime, we are working on fixing the title. Now, what are we doing? There was judgments and liens we had to look into to get off the property, to work things out, etc. And some of them to wait them out, right? So what we did was we're going through that process and we're dealing with the other stakeholder, all right? And the other stakeholders, they're at a crazy amount of that they want for the property. So in the meantime of doing that, the house is just there vacant, right? And eventually people in the neighborhood discovered the house was vacant. So somebody reached out to me via social media because they found out like who owned the entity of that property. And they said, hey, people are going into this vacant house and they are going in there living in it or whatever. So homeless people, and you should do something, etc. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I told my partner, right? And somebody broke in, right, during the winter. They were getting high, all right, and they died in the property. Yes, they died in the property, okay? So it was two of them. And the person they was getting high with must have been a good person, because that person, once the other one passed out, they walked to the gas station and asked somebody, hey, let me use your phone. My friend is passed out at this house, and they got the ambulance to come, and I got a call from the police. I'm out of state too. I got a call from police that, hey, somebody OD'd your property, and some squatters, and yeah, we just thought you should know, etc. We out here taped it off. We're gonna remove the body. And I told my partner like, huh? Like, oh my God. We're in the process of doing what is called a court order sale, right? A court order sale. And we are waiting for it to actually go to sale, because me and the other party, we can't agree on how much we all want or how much they want to be settled for. So we take it to court. So we're going through the process. So after that, we cleaned it up. My partner was like, yo, look, I'm gonna go get insurance on this thing. So he didn't tell me at the time, but I'm glad he did. So we got the property sold. In the meantime, the buyer is getting his funds together, right, after we got it sold. Now, the person who bought this at the court order sale, they're gonna get a clean title, all right? They're gonna get a clean title, okay? Then, before closing, the house burns down. So now you have big vacant lot, buyers on the hook, and now it's just the land. So the buyer's like, I'm not buying this, it's just land. I'll see if I can make an offer on the land, but I'm not paying this. So if my memory serves me correct, I believe it went for auction at like 140, 150. We were gonna make a nice chunk. But the house burnt down. Then we go through the insurance process. We did get a nice check from the insurance. I ain't even gonna hold you on that one. We got a nice check and we split that 50-50. Very honorable of the guy. We split that 50-50. And then we end up selling the land and to another guy. I think we sold it for like $80,000, and a guy bought it, and then we got a second check, and everybody got made whole. But I swear, in real estate, man, you come across some wild things. Somebody died in the house, and then the house burnt down. Okay, people were going in there lighting fires to stay warm, and house got burned down to the ground. But even with the craziest of stories, in that particular one, we got 2 checks and we were able to make money, guys. So the moral of that story is always get the house insurance. I don't care if you pay $5 for the house, get insurance on the house. Don't be a cheapskate. Get insurance on the property. In the meantime, watch this video next to me. I'm Nasser, aka the real estate doer. I'm not a guru, I'm a doer because I actually do this business. Peace.